Check, check one. Testing one. That's through eCam. So is it possible to do both?
So that takes you from the computer
Okay.
only.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay, yes, microphone. Now I need to go back here. Hello? Hello?
Check, 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 check. Yeah.
It's moving,
But
but I have
it's
to make
low.
sure
Yeah.
that it's the same thing. Input, yeah, they're both it. So, hello?
Mic check one, two. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
This is what's happening. Turn it up a little. Put up the mic volume.
That's the mic volume. Turn down music.
Check, check, check. Why the feedback?
Because you have to turn off music when you turn up
Okay.
mic.
Check.
Yes, that's that microphone.
Check, check, check.
Turn it down.
Testing, testing one, two.
Keep it there.
Microphone testing one, two.
Turn it down. It's playing through that, so that's echoing. That's causing the echo.
Yeah.
You can't be having the radio play through there and have the mic on at the same time. That needs to be turned down.
This is not the radio.
That is the radio. This is the radio. You don't hear it echoing?
Do this.
This is the radio. That's the speaker. You cannot have the radio playing in the background and have the microphone on. You can't be in your own radio station with your own feedback.
That's what I said. This is just the speaker out.
Yeah.
You connect this to it?
Yes. It's
Okay,
gonna
so
be
this no
connected
make no, then
soon.
we're gonna need this on then.
But it's not gonna play through the computer.
What's not gonna play through the
The
computer?
sound of us and all that's not gonna play through the computer.
If we remove this,
Yeah.
so
You're
so we
just gonna
just
hear it
can't
in your
use these.
ear. No, you can use those, but once you start playing music, you can't be having the mic on at the same
We're
time.
not playing music. What music you talking about?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, we're live again. Okay.
Testing, testing. One, two. Mic check. One, two. Alright, do me a favor. Go on the radio and see if it's on.
Okay, where's the microphone?
Mic check. One, two. Microphone check. One, two. Testing, testing. One, two.
Yeah.
It's on.
Mhm.
Mic. Okay. Check. 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 One. Testing one. Okay. We're good. Is OPC
Louder, dog.
sounds
Could be way
or
louder.
release
Could be way louder, yeah.
on the
Could be way louder. Hello, speaker. Let's take a look at that
Where you should put the louder. The check. 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 Testing one, two. Feedback.
Okay, yeah. That's good. You're good. Oh, you're good.
Hi, pretty girl and fashionist. Get information. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here tuning in to OBC Radio, sitting with Dr. Jermaine Gordon, and we're here to summons DPP Paula Llewellyn to revisit a case with Horatius Galloway, Ricardo Smith, and Jermaine Gordon. When I mention of the Jermaine Gordon, I'm speaking of myself in a third person. The reason I'm asking to revisit this case, in 2009, an attempt murder was placed on my life with Horatius O'Neill Galloway, where was involved along with Ricardo Smith. The case was in the Old Harbor courthouse and I've migrated. I've took a trip to do a show and end up migrating after the show. I've got documents where Mr. Galloway have reached out to me on numerous occasions and asked to pay away the case for 1,000 US dollars. How you have got the 1,000 US dollars? Then Mr. Galloway was one of the kingpin of the lottery scam that's going on in Jamaica, Panama, and America. And these are not allegations because we got evidence to prove to what we're saying. Now, in 2009, Mr. Galloway happened to pay his way with sweepstakes lottery scam money and gotten away with the attempt murder on my life in 2009. This happened in the parish of St. Catherine, district of Old Harbor, which the case was in the Old Harbor courthouse. Upon that case being thrown out of the court, that attempt murder case on my life, we have reason to believe because Mr. Galloway wasn't reprimanded. He and his friend, we are also asking you, Miss Llewellyn, to revisit the case in 2010 and 2011 towards the 8-year-old and the 10-year-old kids that was sodomized and murdered and tossed in the Martabray River. Just a sec. Open the door. Princess, inside. Inside. Sorry about that. Uh, as I was saying, because the attempt murder case was bought out with lottery scam money by Mr. Galloway and Ricardo Smith. That very said Horatius O'Neill Galloway was also charged for the murder of the 8-year-old and the 10-year-old boys in Trelawney. This case was in 2010 between 2010 and 2011. DPP Llewellyn were asked to revisit that case. Mr. Galloway and along with another party was charged for the murder of those two kids, where they was found in the presence, they were last seen in the presence of the home that they were living in. Mr. Galloway was living in, and the two kids them turned up dead. Now, repercussion came from that case where Mr. Galloway's stepfather lost his life, along with where his sister was sodomized by members of the community in repercussion to what Mr. Galloway and his friend did to the kids. Which, what happened to Mr. Galloway's sister, I mean, I don't wish it on my worst enemy. But one of Mr. Galloway's sister is suffering right now from mental illness because she was sodomized in the anus, the nostril, and the mouth. So those things is affecting her now from the repercussion of what Mr. Galloway was charged for. His stepfather also lost his life because the community came down and burned the house down, and Mr. Galloway fled the island and went to Panama. DPP Llewellyn, I know you stand strong against the lottery scam that's going on in Jamaica. And we have evidence to prove that Mr. Horatius O'Neill Galloway is one of the kingpin that was doing lottery scam from Jamaica, in Panama, and here in America. Documents can be given. You can reach out to us at info@obcradio.com, and all black and whites will be given. There's a lot of elderly females, elderly citizens in America that has lost their home, lost it all, and now in a mental state of mind because of these lottery scams that Mr. Galloway have been surviving on. And these are not allegations, but factual stuff that can be proven. Mr. Galloway goes by the name O'Neill Farrell on Instagram, and we're also reaching out to Instagram and Facebook because I know when you sign up for using these platforms, we all agree to not discriminate and conduct ourselves in certain manner. We're asking fact checks to reach out to O'Neill Farrell page on Instagram and look at the behavior and how he carry on himself. It's nothing but outright discrimination against one people, bringing down, and nothing good that comes from that platform. This needs to stop, and it needs to stop immediately. I'm also going to follow up with that email that I have contact with Instagram. So this may be my 18th email reaching out to you guys with page that gone against the violation. DPP Llewellyn, it's coming up to an election time. Right now, as much as the party that's in power has the majority of the votes right now, the party is still in shambles. And this would be a very good look for you, DPP Llewellyn, to revisit these two cases. This gentleman has been going around scamming people from the United States, and it's not something that he has stopped doing when he left from Panama and entered the United States. But we have evidence where he has still done a few transactions here in the United States. This is somebody, Mr. Vance, from the US Custom Department. This is not a case where you have to go to Jamaica and pay taxpayers' money to extradite one person. This said person is right here in the US. I also want to reach out to FEMA. I also want to reach out to FEMA, where an address and an apartment number had a false claim and got money. This address, 1315 Rev James A. Polite Ave. FEMA need to look into that address. The individual don't own the apartment, and in fact, it's an apartment on, I believe it's the 4th floor. Wasn't affected in any way, shape, or form by the hurricane. However, falsely claimed that they were on the 1st floor, and they received thousands of dollars, which they took to Jamaica. Not only that they took to Jamaica to squander it out, but the false documents, because that person was tested positive for the SARS coronavirus, however, was allowed in Jamaica under false documents.
What is going on over here?
Uh, we're just on the radio and on all platforms. We're summoning DPP Paula, the Director of Prosecution in Jamaica, to revisit the case, the attempt murder charge in 2009, that was involved, the attack on my life in 2009, the attempt murder on my life that O'Neill Horatius Galloway and Ricardo Simit was involved in. And I've got evidence black and white.
Who is Ricardo Simit?
O'Neill ex Ricky. Ricky is the one that chopped me in my forehead, not O'Neill.
But I thought you said it's O'Neill.
I just said Ricky is the one that chopped me in my forehead, not O'Neill. O'Neill stabbed me. O'Neill stabbed me and my Anderson in my back. And I've spoke this on many occasions. However, that case, DPP Llewellyn, we're asking you to revisit that case in 2009. That was an attempt murder case on my life. And I left, it was in the Old Harbour Court. I left and I have documents black and white where Mr. Horatius O'Neill Galloway reached out to me and tried to pay me $1,000 to finish away with the case. And he also paid the police them in Jamaica to get the case out of court, which the case came out of court. But we have reason to believe, because he wasn't reprimanded then, and the attempt murder he had tried on my life, it led to those two boys that was last seen in his house, the 8-year-old and the 10-year-old in 2010. The case happened between 2010 and 2011, where those two boys were sodomized and killed and tossed in the river, Matabele River. We're asking you to revisit that case, where O'Neill Horatius Galloway was arrested and charged for that crime. He was arrested and charged for that crime, and also fled the country and was in Panama, very kingpin. And these are not alleged stuff. Notice I'm not using the word allegedly. These are documentation that can be proven. He was a kingpin for the Jamaican lottery scam that was going on in Jamaica, fled Jamaica because the community went on revenge and sodomized one of his sister, which I don't wish something like this on the worst end, but the sister was sodomized in her nostril, her ears, her mouth, her anus, and now she suffer from mental issues in Jamaica, suffering. His stepfather, who is the sister daughter father, is now dead, murdered, because of the very said thing, and the house was burned down. We're asking you to revisit that case because Horatius O'Neill Galloway paid off that case with lottery scam money. It's election time, DPP Llewellyn. This would be a very good look for you. We're asking you to revisit those cases. The said person I speak of photograph is behind on the screen. And the name is Horatius O'Neill Galloway. O'Neill, you're not allowed here. You're gonna sit there.
It's on, bitch. It's on, bitch. Okay, it's on, motherfucker. Okay. I said prepare for it, bitch. Okay.
Okay. As I said, you're not allowed here. But DPP Llewellyn, with all honesty, I'm asking you to revisit that case. That case was my case, Jermaine Gordon. I'm now a licensed member of the press, and I'm asking you to kindly revisit that case. Nothing came out of that case more than members of the constabulary force was paid off with lottery scam money. Mr. Galloway has also reached out to me to offer me 1,000 US dollars to finish away with the case. I've got documents and evidence, numerous occasions, numerous documents with where Mr. Galloway in Panama, the kingpin of the lottery scam. The lottery scam that is fested now in Panama. Mr. Horatius O'Neill Galloway is the kingpin that brought lottery scam from Jamaica to Panama. Mr. Vance from the U.S. Custom Department in Virginia. I know you listen to the sound of my voice and I'm on the monetization. But if you listen to what I'm saying, you would know for factual that you guys are having a major investigation right now with the lottery scam in Panama. Well, I just give you the kingpin. And there is no need to fly to Jamaica to extradite him. He's right here in America in the Bronx. DPP Llewellyn, please, I'm asking you. FEMA, I'm reaching out to you to look into the false collection that came from 1315 Rev. James A. Polite Ave. and look into all those false claims that came from that place. These people run away from Jamaica and got away with these crimes and are here in the present moment, not trying to better their life or trying to make something better for themselves, but to be nothing but a constant nuisance to people and their livelihood. It must stop, and this is not something that's accepted one bit. These people get the opportunity to leave Jamaica and came to the US. Mr. Galloway didn't use his time to repay society, but to do nothing but use his platform to destigmatize and degrade and dehumanize other human beings. It's sad, it's sickening, and there comes a time when one should look into the self. I mean, the time you take to come on social media and try to bring down people hard work and try to class people and disrespect and outright just dehumanize and stigmatize people and their life. Why don't you take that energy and try to furnish the little room that you live in the Bronx? It's not a good look. Stop hating on what people has. You go around and you speak that Booba, the AC is on. You go around and speak of Shopify, Shopify. But yet still a very said Shopify account you've been using. Nothing is wrong with Shopify, using Shopify. Nothing is wrong with doing job shipping. I started out doing job shipping 2 years ago. I moved off from job shipping and brand my own. Your priority is wrong. And I told you in the group to retreat. I asked you nicely in the group to retreat, wave your white flag, because you know I can shut you down. You of all person know that I can shut you down. Remember, I took you to the US Embassy when I had was to stop doing lottery scam on my own and start giving information. Remember, you were sitting outside. You know for years that I have inside contact with the feds. I know right now you're supposed to shaking. You wish you wouldn't. I know, but it's too late for you. I'm gonna knock you down. You go around and you now look at it. It's not one, it's not two, it's not three, it's not four, it's not five, it's not six person. But go around and look on Instagram. Every individual on Instagram, every other gay person on Instagram, O'Neill, just going around tearing them down. Look at Jush Pash. Josh Posh not even chopping nobody. All Josh Posh want to wearing big boots and nice expensive clothes and go around and try dance and look good. The youth keeping party and you go around and you come and you go around and you tear down every and anyone just forget views and like you have no content. You can't sit down and hold a content. Only thing you're good for it's just the drama. And when people talk about it, you get upset. You go around and you're getting at everybody something and you degrade people, you talk. And you know what? It's so funny because all these people we talk about, they have their things. When you look in Dushpa's place look like a crystal. Well furnished out and look good. Carpet and rugs. Nice, nice things. When these people go live, they can move around in the place. Move around. Can you do the same? The only thing you have in the little room is those little glass bottles on top of the cupboard, full with marbles and flowers. Those things are outdated. Timberland said too late to apologize.
What's going on, man?
Morning. I'm just here. Someone's in DPP looking to revisit the case with myself, the attempt murder case on my life in 2009.
All right. I mean, like, come on, bro. What is we? I mean, what does this accomplish? Like, I'm trying to understand what is this for?
It's accomplishing. It's gonna accomplish a lot.
Like,
And I can tell you, get information, sit back, relax, and enjoy. You sit and see what's going on. You try to squash it. Let's not be an hypocrite right now. Don't
I'm not
try.
being a hypocrite.
Yeah,
I'm not being a hypocrite, but like, this is like families' lives are at stake. You know what I'm saying?
good.
You know,
They should know that. They should have known that. They should have known that when they mess with my life. They should have known that family life was at stake. If I wasn't a strong individual, I would have committed suicide long ago.
Jermaine, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How long ago did this happen? How long ago did this attempt happen?
Just right now. You're looking at me right now, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at me right now?
Yeah.
You can see a scar in my forehead?
Yeah.
It's still happening. It's still happening. Every day that boy go on live and all him do is bring down people. Dehumanize people. You bought a dog from me. I'ma bring the dog come give you. And you make live and come curse and say me I give you false paper. No. When you couldn't afford the dog for pay for, and you see him want pay for the dog and him getting papers and him still attack. How much time him bring go down? Well, you know I have a WhatsApp group with 114 people in it. Well, only la send something in the group. Hey, come on, man.
But what I'm saying is,
Sitting out nice and playing good for the gram, but beating down that different with 114 people differently. Come on, man.
like, people got their own little problems. Y'all
Well,
got like a love. Y'all
we
got
all,
like a love
that's true.
relationship, bro.
We all have
Y'all
our
got like
own. We all have our own little problems. You know what's my problem?
Yeah.
The 270 something customers that I have to deal with. Make sure in fulfilling orders and making sure the customers then get them order and get them on time. Those are my problem. Trying to build my brand and to focus on what I'm doing. Not to come and focus on what people are doing. I'm minding my business while I'm making money from it. I'm wondering how much of the others are minding my business and making money from it because I'm quite sure I don't have nobody in the US on my payroll. My payroll people are in India, Canada, and Pakistan. But you can't every day. It's look around on Instagram. Over 15 person right now on Instagram is in problem with one person And you're gonna say it's the 15 person's problem? Come on,
No,
man.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is this, Jermaine. Like, bro, it was just 2 weeks ago y'all was on live together with over
No, don't
2,000
talk
people.
about 2 weeks ago. Talk about yesterday. Talk
Okay,
about
yeah, but what?
yesterday and talk about day before. Talk about why you had was to intervene and put in $250.
I will talk about that, but that's not what I'm. But what I'm saying
Let's
is,
go
this is
in. Let's go in love the Met. Let's go
to
in
me
love the
this
Met.
to me this is pretextual. You know what I'm saying? So there's a backstory to this for me. You feel me? Like, bro, we was all on live 2 or 3 weeks ago with over 2,000 followers, bro, and it was like the biggest live that I think I had seen on, the Olanquan OBC radio,
Because
platform,
the
right?
shop was on. Yeah, because the shop was on.
Right. So what I'm saying is, so, there was like, I believe, a bunch of miscommunication, a bunch of, it happens.
J Kingdom. J Kingdom. J Kingdom.
Yeah.
Let me point out something to you. Last year, November. Let's roll back the curtain. 3 years ago, in the very same Love the Met group, only bring that registry thing in the group, try to mash up my
Yeah.
group and shut it down. Move
Yeah.
past forward. 3 years moving forward. I'm here. We come back again and we're back together again and we start. Last November, he came on social media and did the very same thing.
But you guys made
Hold
money
on.
from this, right?
I'm still here and I be the bigger person and I forgive and I hold on for it. And we are here. Few days after, he had Sean on his live. Hold on. And Sean is telling all these lies. And in order for Sean to prove his fact, what he's saying, Sean made mention that people to let you know say I'm not lying. You see the chop where him have in him face? And when him do me make me send bad man over him yard and make them chop him in him face. No. Right then and there, at no time at all, O'Neill said, no, Sean, you're lying because I know how Jermaine get the chop in him face and it has nothing to do with what you're saying. He didn't say that. He kept it to himself and allowed Sean to continue to talk. So don't tell me that O'Neill was my friend. But I see and I take those things cool because guess what? You see, if my conscience set me free, I pray and that's what my mother taught me to do. And moving on, I let all of that go. They see me advertising my dog. I'm gonna come on live. I've sold 7 dogs, never in a no problem with anybody. I've sold 7 dogs before. See me advertising the dogs, the price them for them. He came and said he wanted one. I gave him the dog before getting the full price and selling for less than what the dog would sell for. And it caused a confrontation where when he couldn't pay it, he made a live and come again to bring me down. And then even right now, when you pay the money and ask me to shut up, because you just want me to shut up, but you can't shut him up. So you pay the money and ask me to keep it. Chill, Jermaine, and I hold myself and I keep it. But right now, in our group with me, my WhatsApp group with 114 people in it. And him continue to go and him a take down screen, I'm a take down Google and Google and a Google. Well, him a Google and a Google. I know how to shut down all of that. It's simple. I am not the little. I'm bigger than all of that. I can come on a bigger thing and just do it the right way. Just,
Understood.
just
I
like
just
that.
feel like this could open up investigations into people who really
Exactly.
don't
That's
need to
what.
be investigated into. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, oh yes. That's
but what I'm
exactly
saying,
my aim. You asked me my aim, and that's exactly my aim because what I'm saying is I have evidence to back everything that I'm saying.
but you gotta understand, like, I'm a businessman in one hand, but I'm also like you know what I'm saying? I got my own little, you know what I
Just
mean?
listen. You know you're on live and people listening. You know if you come and say
Yeah,
so much and
but I don't care. But everybody ain't a saint. That's what I'm telling you. I'm
don't
not
make the
saying I gotta
situation be
handle it.
about you. It has
I'm not.
nothing.
But what I'm saying is,
Don't let the
there
situation be
there
about
may be
you.
some there may be some innocent. I'm not making it about. But there may be some innocent people that you connected to that could be hurt by this too. You feel me? Like you got to think about the repercussions of everybody or what you're doing. I'm not saying like it's about me or anything. I think about other people's families. You know
Well,
what I'm
guess
saying?
what? Guess there is a root. There is a root to everything. And
Yeah.
I'm not the root nor the foundation. You should be what you telling me now, you should be telling the other party that. Because you can't talk to him. So don't come here and talk to me with all due respect, J Kingdom. You know me, you're different, and I have respect for you, I have respect for me, and I know you're just calling the
I have
peace.
respect. I have
But
respect
I
for
don't
you.
know, I don't think you're putting the same energy that you're putting on me to try to calm me and tell it. And I'm very calm now, I'm dealing with this professionally.
And I mean, I don't put it out there, but I am. I'm on the same front. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like, man,
don't know
I
if,
wish you.
because, okay, yesterday, when you send the $250 to me
I
and
don't
say,
know why
okay, just finish it, and instantly, the instant you send it, I send the documents to him. The instant you send the $250, send the documents to him. And him get the documents and him still in the group and him talk on a false documents and a fake. All him have to do is call the number them. It just prove to show he don't know nothing of what him
Okay,
talking
so
about.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why he said that. Right? He said because he went to the vet, right? And he said that these were just receipts of vet paperwork.
Aye.
There's nothing.
Hello. Don't
Yeah,
come here.
I'm just
Don't
listen.
listen.
I'm not.
No, no.
I'm just being
That's
honest.
exactly what you're doing. Because what I'm saying at the group are totally different thing from what you are saying. Because O'Neill say I true him tired making him reach out to the vet yet to find out if the documents right. So don't tell me what you're saying though, right now. Please don't do it.
I'm only telling you. I'm only saying what I was told.
You are
I can't
speaking
go
of
by.
you are speaking in a third person. I can play his voice note them right here.
Right. So what I'm saying is, they told him that he needed a true bill of sale for the dog.
O'Neill got the O'Neill got a, hey J Kingdom.
Look, listen. I'm not trying to start
You
shit.
see the
I'm
bill
not
hold
trying
on.
to.
You see the bill of sale that you talk about?
Yeah.
The bill of sale was sent to O'Neill weeks ago. Signed by all parties and him alone for sign it, for fulfill it and make it come back. So everybody have a copy of it. Before anything else, bill of sale. Weeks ago. I even advised him yesterday when I realized, because through you talk to me and say, leave it alone and just chill, Jermaine. I go, so boom, I'm seeing in the group and him a talk. You're not in the group for see these things. And I said to him, I said, my advice to you, the number, these people that you're saying is false documents. My advice to you, go and call the number that's on it and the bill of sale that I sent you. I would advise you sign that bill of sale and go to the vet and get your documents, them transfer over in your name. O'Neill talked last night in an own recording, say, oh, him come with him, this not even last night, this morning, with false documents and things that me and idiot, but hold on, I told me tired. Me can't bother for go call the people them for say for real documents them yet. O'Neill got more than what he bargained for. When a dog is being sold, you get only because you get the dog at 2 months old. When a dog reach 2 months old, that's when you sell the dog. 2 months old, you sell the dog. So when a dog reach 2 months old, the only thing you have for the dog is the documents from the vet. Now, when you go to the other vet, you get that on a transfer in a bill of sale. What's called a bill of sale. When you get the bill of sale and the paper from the vet with the thing, because the only thing the dog can get at that time, is one injection because it's a small dog. So that's the document. The dog just born 2 months on the land in the world. That documentation with the name of who the dog came from, the breeder, with the bill of sale, you take now and go to another vet and you get a transfer in a your name. If you want bird paper and so now you can go register and get because you have all documents say your dog. What the fuck you want? And he didn't just get that because that dog I had for 9 months. He got more than that. He got documents because the dog's GP chipped and that was paid for. He also got the heartworm 6 months, over 400 and something dollar for heartworm medication. And those documents he got because those was already with the dog. And plus, let's not talk about the 9 months worth of feed that are fed the dog. Those are charged in the because you must sell the dog at 2 months. So the longer you have the dog, the more expensive the dog become. And he only get the dog for $1,000 and couldn't pay it and then came on live. I didn't make a live. I didn't make a live. He came on live and make a big argument about it. Why? Because one night he went on live and only 50 viewers was on his live. That night I was tired, and I just was about to go to my bed, I saw the notification came in. I clicked on the notification, and when I came on under his live, I went back off because I was going to bed. Within few seconds, I see a phone call ringing, O'Neal calling me on Instagram. So I'm like, wondering, wait, what happened? Because I just saw him on live. Jermaine, with the bumbo clot, you do me live. Oh, me see you come on my live, you just go off. We do me live at 50% up on my live. And me can't get no more views. You take off the shop off on my live. So I say, O'Neal, if me want to take off the shop of my shop, for take off of the live because of mine. But no, me not take off the shop of your live. I don't have no time for your bumbo clock, fuck you. I hang up my phone. Just because I hang up my phone, O'Neal went on live the night and said, Jermaine want give me about me give me money for my dog and he don't want to give me no papers. And he might try to scam me and sell me false papers and force my dog upon me. I never want a dog and him come forcing dog upon me. And I never ready for no dog. It's always somebody and never him. How me see all the way from Florida force dog upon you when I advertise the dog publicly on live and him see me, everybody a buy dog and him want him bad mind the things them want dog go hang around the pool dog hang around the car like this too. When you don't have you're in an empty room. Your prerogative wrong. Your time every day upon life of argue with somebody. Look on it. It's not. If it was just me alone, you could have said yes, well, as some maybe a Jermaine probably. But you and over 15, 20%. Over 15, 20%, you and them in an argument on Instagram. What's up? No, man. For the past 6 months, how much time have you been admitted in a hospital? You know, since there's something wrong. You reach a point that you have dead letter under your bed. Suicide note under your bed. You know, since there's something wrong with you. But it's understandable because you caused your stepfather death. And Fiend Duppy, I beat you.
Man, you cut low, brother.
It's understandable. No, I don't cut low.
Bro, that's like
It's understandable because they have a sister and I don't wish it on my enemy. My worst enemy, I don't wish this on. But you have a sister that was sodomized and suffering from mental health issue. She was sodomizing the ears, the anus, the mouth, and the nostril. Oh my God, that's not good. All because of you, O'Neal Horatius Galloway. That's not good. So I can understand all these things is beating you badly. You can't sleep at night. Every night, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, you're on live. Why? Because the crocus bag them hang down, the buckle them crush up underneath your eye. Show your black true color. Every time you come, you're on a filter showing yourself because you don't even appreciate the complexion you have. You bleach it out white. People do not think that's your complexion. No, you're black O'Neal.
Jermaine.
All of the stretch mark them and the bust up where the gel them burst up your body, you cover them in tattoo. Oops. Come on now.
Jermaine, man. That's come on.
You say you are somebody and you're nice and you have a tight hole and you're good and you're this, but only one dead somebody around you run down. One dead somebody you can get. The gay community give up on you. It's not the other way around. And now you're in a... I'm not even gonna touch the little girl. Because me know say right now she's supposed to upset. All you do is beat down that little girl, the little 19-year-old girl in the house. Me know say she embarrassed because you take back Jav right now. Oops. When you come and you... How much thing you tell me about Jav? And you same one give me Jav address. You gave me Jav address and tell me say him dep on the how much floor and him contact him get him false information and get money from FEMA. Him tell lie and get money from FEMA. And him gone to Jamaica. But when you tell me them something there, I'm not upset the upset say you and Jav left. I told Jav gone to Jamaica gone grind. Gone give away the cocky. That you the mad about. You know, sister, you bring Sean on your platform. Look, you know, you try to bring me down in November, you know, I still hold my place. I'm going to go forgive you and me and you dip on the platform again. And within few days, you take Sean and up on your platform. And the only reason why you turn against Sean because you realize that Sean not blood clot job a friend. You don't care about Jada in your house. And that's why you get a next J for your J. And not Jada you care about a Jav. Anybody mention Jav name, you turn idiot. And when the girl get upset in the house and I say, me in the house and you talk about it don't look good, you turn off the live and beat up the little girl. Beat up the little girl. And then every day you come on live. Like you're somebody. Turn on your filter like you're somebody. You're unhappy. And that's why you go around and pick argument with so much people. You're very unhappy. And you must stop it. I ask you nicely in the group. Retreat. And I told you what I can do. I said, you a fall person, no. Anything me say me I go do, I will do. And I'm very much and well capable of doing it because you know. So all when you are come up and you show off for the gram, excuse me. All when you come up and you're showing off for the gram, you know that I'm very, very detrimental. I got the power to move you. But you don't care about, you don't look at those, you're naive to likes and views. What you gonna do when Instagram account gone? And remember, when them launch this investigation, because I'm gonna sit with the DPP, Paula, Llewellyn, reopen back the case, the assault murder case against my life. Because you wasn't reprimanded by that. So because you get away with the attempt murder, you go do murder. Because you was arrested and charged for the 8-year-old and the 10-year-old little boy that was when it was last seen in your care. When it was sodomized and DPP, Paula Llewellyn, you have to revisit those cases. You pay off those cases. And when you can't in a glass house and a throw stone, just continue a throw stone. You know, see, you throw stone, even the ones where you call your daughter turn on you. You know, see, say something wrong. Everybody around you. Public knowledge. What I'm telling you is Uno don't know. What you saying is already public knowledge. Skin. You come and you use the platform only to dehumanize and bring them on class and belittle people. Nothing else. And I've tried more than one occasion, try to uplift you, try to steer you. Come on, turn your platform into something else. No? But you look at the way bad mind, all those little things that you was sitting down and ask me, so you, a lot of time Jermaine teach me business types and business. You use them and curse me, tell me say I Shopify. In enough all the money when I make you say I know my own. Those are the things I even said, okay, O'Neill, I see instead of going on everybody in an argument every minute on Instagram and you have the platform, let's move it in a more way where you can monitor your thing and they just listen to your sound advice. Let me put you on from a radio station. What you went and did, go buy equipment to start your own radio station. So you can't pay for $250 balance on a dog, but you want a radio station. You think it's easy to put app in a Google Play Store. You think it's easy to put app in a Alexa. You buy a dog and you don't pay for the dog and you come and you class me about the very same dog when you don't pay for. You know, see something wrong with you. I never make a live and come live and talk about it. In fact, people they under the impression say the dog they don't pay for. Them never know say the dog no don't pay for. And I never said nothing to nobody. But you want to be wrong and strong. And even know when somebody's sorry for you and pay the money and give the people them, you still a go around and go on. For what? Because you don't have no content and guess what? You feel shame on yourself. Because nobody never knows say the money never done pay for. In how much week? 3 months. You couldn't pay $500 in 3 months. And you've been asking me to be patient, and I've been very patient, and nobody no know. I didn't come on live, I didn't say nothing to nobody. One at a time when we see 1 month pass, you contact, you reach out to you and say, we have to hide me. I say, no, Jermaine, if I have the money, you know more that pay, but right now I don't have the money. Because I got showed what oil in my radiator. You know so much. You come and you talk and you hype and you know so much, but yet still you know so much and you're so intelligent and you're so smart. But you went and threw oil into a radiator. And I saw with you and I hold out and I be patient. I was understanding. When I reach out back to you, I see it about 8 weeks, 2 months, I reach back out to you, you say, boy, Jermaine, Friday, but people owe me my iPad, my Apple money out there. I'm going to say to you, honey, but I can't sit down and wait paying like that. At least communicate with me, let me know. And I still never come on live and say nothing. Them time them here, you still up on live, nobody never know. But here you are, here again. You make a life to come try bring me down. You don't realize you must stop. How much time you got blood clot try? How much time you gonna try? You alone tried 3 years ago. Oops. Let's roll back the curtain. You tried 2009. You tried 3 years ago. You tried November. You come back again and you try with Sean. And yes, you're determined, but you're determined for the wrong reason. The determination you take a try for bring me down, you put that determination and go furnish you one room in a Bronx. You come and you talk for the gram and you make up this for the gram. And I can tell you, it's 17 page I've removed so far. Anywhere I see that put up, it coming down. You and the page going. Simple. I'm not playing with y'all. You go around and you live in a glass house and you throw so much stone. So what has been happening right now? All of the glass shamble and crumbling around you. And you're hearing all the echoes and the noises from the shambles. You did that to yourself. Horatius O'Neill Galloway. You did that to yourself. A whole heap of people I water upon you, Whole heap of people I water upon you. But well, there you have it, fellas. As I said, DPP Llewellyn, I'm asking you please revisit the case, and I'm going to send out a letter from a professional letter requesting a summons to revisit that case, attempt murder on my life, because we have evidence to believe because that case was paid out, it led to the killing of those two little boys that was in last seen is in Horatius Gallo. He was arrested and charged also for it and also paid out lottery scam money and get away, run away from Jamaica to Panama. His stepfather died for it, and oh my God, what happened to one of his sister? It's sad. His sister was sodomized. They had they did it in her anus, in her ears, in her nostril. Right now, she suffer from mental health problem, and these are all things because of our brother. So I can understand why he's behaving like this, but I really think that the professional people need to reach out to Mr. O'Neill Galloway and assist him in the help that he need before he harm himself or anyone else. I rest my case. This is OBC Radio, Dr. Jermaine Gordon speaking.